Here's Jacob Smith. His shot, he scores! Centering pass. Oh, what a sensational save. It's 2-on-1. Here's Chesson winding up for one-timer. Savino, he scores! Chong with a brilliant move. She scores! Shoots, he scores!
Welcome everybody to the SHL Network live here on YouTube. Dylan Ward here to bring you all of tonight's action along with our fine crew who we will introduce momentarily. We are all set for the Fenwick Friars, their first game back on the SHL Network since 2018. Going against somewhat newcomers here in this league, the Carmel Catholic Corsairs. And seeing as it's Fenwick's first game back on the network, we are going to send it down to the Friars bench first, where Chris Dubiel is standing by with head coach of the Friars, Nick Fabrini. Chris, take it away.
Thanks, Dylan. We're here with the Fenwick coach, Nick Fabrini. You guys have done a great job of getting off to fast starts, scoring first. How do you keep that going? How do you build off of it? Playing a lot of hockey, playing both in the Chicago Catholic League and now in the Scholastic League. What's it meant for the program to get back at the SHL and how is handling the heavy workload of games?
And understanding that, every shift matters in the SHL. So I think we've been handling the adjustment well despite the 0 in the win column. I think we've been in every game pretty much. So, for us, we just got to keep pushing and keep getting better every week. And I think that this group believes in themselves and believes in what we're doing. So I think we're going to get there. I think tonight's a great night for us to get one in the win column if we play the way we want to play.
Best of luck, Nick. Thanks. Back upstairs.
Thank you, Chris. Chris Dubiel. We're doing a little bit of an experiment tonight. Chris will be hanging out down near the ice level in the penalty box, doing the color for today's game, sort of like a sideline would. And I'm up here all alone in the broadcast booth. So to introduce the rest of our staff here on this Friday night in Oak Park, one more time, Dylan Ward here calling the plays for you. Chris Dubiel down at ice level. He'll be our analyst tonight. Matthew Freeman is behind the main camera. And as always here at J&M Media, it's Jimmy the Wiz Olsen setting up replays, cutting to different angles, our technical engineer for tonight's broadcast. So the warm-up clock has expired. 17 minutes are on the clock for period number 1. And, well, Chris, we heard Nick Fabrini talk about how maybe tonight's a good night, a good opportunity to get one in the win column here in the SHL. Tough start for the Friars here in their first year back. An 0-11-1 record. Did salvage a shootout loss point against GBN, one of the top teams, but yet to find 2 points in one night.
Yeah, it has been kind of a weird start here for Fenwick because we touched on it with Nick in the pregame interview. Fenwick has had no problem getting on the board first and getting off to good starts, having good first periods. It's just they haven't been able to close games out. But it seems like they're getting closer and closer. They've played some tight games against some of the toughest SHL competition. We'll see if we can, if they can get a build off of that against a Carmel team that's also desperate to get another win. Should be a good game.
Yeah, you talk about scoring first. How about in 12 SHL games, Fenwick has scored the first goal 7 of those times. As a matter of fact, they've only trailed after the first period 3 times in their 12-game SHL schedule, which is not what their record would tell you. But this team is one that fights, keeps it close, as you pointed out. And here in the SHL, a league where Barrington can beat Nutri-Green. Anything can happen on any given night.
Yeah, Carmel had that game against Loyola last night. They had a lead, almost pulled off that upset, and then Loyola Gold with the OT heroics. So, I mean, every coach in this league says it. There's no nights off. Should be a good game here today as we get underway.
Max Vavra, one of two Vavra brothers, will take the opening draw for Carmel. Fenwick pulls it back, and we are underway here for the SHL Game of the Week. Aiden Gamble gets it ahead. Rocco Falco will dump it into the attacking zone for Fenwick. Starting goaltender tonight for the Friars, Spencer Lisek will put a glove on top of that. He's got an 0-5 record, 3.07 goals against average, and an .895 save percentage, which is actually 9th best in the league. Attacking zone draw for the Corsairs, pulled back by Fenwick. They're 2 out of 2 at the face-off dot here in the early going. Will Pabst gets it to the near side for Joey Kurzak. Out through neutral ice, and Fosco catches up to it down the right wing. Fosco behind the net, being pressured by Vavra. Now bailing him out, Johnny Senna. Back up high, down low again. Dominic Fosco, the point leader on this Fenwick team, couldn't hang onto the puck, and it comes back out to neutral ice where the home team here in Oak Park will dump it back down. Deacon Rose with a nice little pass there between the legs. In comes Max Vavra. Takes a shot, tough angle. Easy save for Spencer Lisek, and thought about hanging on, but will keep the play going. It leaks outside of Fenwick's zone, and Carmel will reset. Near side, backhander down low. Lincoln Stokel, varsity rookie, will catch up to it below the goal line. Luke LaChance, now Stokel gets it back. Tried to send it up high. That one hit a skate. Drop-off pass and a hit into the boards results in Fenwick grabbing the puck. They will come the other direction. Into the zone, Karabatsis drops it off. And Anthony Pito down in the corner with it. Back up high, Alessi from the left point. Takes a shot, blocked on its way, and out to neutral ice it goes again. Just that one whistle so far early in the game. Nice minute and a half of nonstop action here in the first period. Still scoreless in the early going. Morabito out to neutral ice. Dumped back down in by Jake Alessi, but grabbing it is Stokel. He will get it back into Fenwick's zone. Carmel makes a line change. Fenwick dumps it down. This will not be an icing. In the corner. Ceramic back up high. Alessi fanned on a shot. And now here come the Corsairs. Havlis drops it off. Elwanger shoots, and that hits the side of the net. Gets caught in the netting on the backside. They fight to keep it going, and they do get the puck out of there.
Weird carom off the glass. Lisek had no idea where that puck was for a couple of seconds.
A lot of times, Chris, you see them blow that play dead here at the high school hockey level, but the referee let them hack at it to keep the play alive and free it from the back of the net. This time it goes into the protective netting and stops the clock with 14:03 to go in the first.
Now, we talked about those quick starts for Fenwick. They haven't had a lot of sustained offensive zone time, but they're very quick to pucks. The pace is high. They just got to string some passes together here now and get some better scoring opportunities.
I feel like we have, Chris, seen one or two odd man rushes on both sides, but like you said, they just never got the pass across, or whatever the results of that was, they just never got a shot on net. Carmel does lead shots 1-0 on that tough angle try from the far side near the goal line. That's the only shot of the game. Curtin down left side. We'll play it below the goal line, and Vavra will get it to Gamble. Back to Ravra, the other of the Vavra brothers. That's Ben in number 26 in white. Ben Vavra spins a defender, looks for a pass, finds Falco near side. Back over to Vavra. And he'll just circle back, kill some time, while the Corsairs figure out their next move. Almost a giveaway to Karabatsis, but Carmel will keep the puck. Here comes Max Vavra. He'll just dump it down, and Carmel will change all 5. Except Deacon Rose, who stays out there pressuring. This one off the referee, and Karabatsis almost had a chance, but Carmel will recover the puck. Now here they come, 2-on-2 rush. Jackson Dick with the puck over the line left side. Puts on the brakes, got it to Bras. He tried a shot, but he was heavily contested by LaChance and Sveit. And whistle stops the play with 12:26 to go in the first. Wow, Chris, nice pace. What is that, our 3rd whistle?
Something like that. It's been a fast-paced game, and we've just had a few pucks go out of play. It's some flow to this game that the legs are going early for both teams.
Fenwick Friars, participants of the Scholastic Hockey League and the Chicago Catholic Hockey League, will end up playing a 49-game regular season combined between those 2 competitions. This just being one of those games. Now a 2-on-1, Ceramic leads the way. He's got Pito. Ceramic takes a shot, and the save is made by Carmel Catholic starting goalie Gavin Stanley.
Yeah, we see our first good look off the rush with Ceramic coming up the left wing. Had a pretty good look at the net, but Stanley, he was right on top of his crease. There was not much of an angle to shoot at, especially on the short side.
Gavin Stanley, the starting goaltender for the Corsairs until further notice, as alternate captain Tommy Steiner recovers from his early season injury. Got 2 games in before having to take some time on the IR. Gadelis keeps it in, right point. Giveaway Morabito, gets it ahead. Ligori catches up to the puck. He's got a look. Rocco Ligori shoots, and the pad save is made by Lysick. Havlis settles it down. Morabito tipped below the goal line, and Gadelis will recover for Fenwick. 11:30 to go in the first period here at Paul Ruby Ice Arena, located inside Ridgeland Commons, Oak Park's Park District, if you will. Here's a shot tipped on its way, but high of the net and the glass. Out of play it goes, stopping the clock with 11:17 to go in the scoreless game.
Isn't this place great, Dylan? Old school Park District Ice Arena. They've renovated it, but they still have kept the old school feel. It's one of my favorite places to see a hockey game in the Chicago area.
Absolutely, and it's my understanding, Chris, that this isn't just a hockey arena. We've also got a basketball court or 2, maybe even a pool. Sort of a sports complex, if you will.
Oh, yeah, they got it all here.
Here's a pass across and a shot on a breakaway as Johnny Senna split the D and found a clean lane, but the save is made by Stanley.
Fenwick's starting to get some chances driving to the net. Senna had a nice backhand, forehand move, just couldn't get it by the goaltender Stanley, who's been tested here early now.
Well, not only does Fenwick score first a lot, but their first period is by far their best split. They're rocking a -16 goal differential in the second and third period of play this SHL season. But in the first, 10 goals for, 11 allowed for a -1, just about even. Kurzak shoots, tipped, and the save is made, and Stanley jumps on top of the puck and covers it up.
It's Johnny Senna again. This time right in front of the goaltender, right on top of the blue paint. That's the area coaches are going to always harp on. If you want to score goals, you got to get to the front of the net. And Senna had a couple of good opportunities there where he went right down the middle and got himself in front of the cage.
Michael Curtin wins the faceoff. Back it goes to Kurzak. Verney didn't know where it was, but then he found it in the slot and got a good shot away. But that goes into the glove of Stanley. Will drop the puck again.
Nice little flurry here for Fenwick. They're just getting pucks at the net, which is what you want to do.
Kurzak shoots. Save made. Verney on the rebound shoots, and that one stopped. Now they try to play it off the back of the goaltender. And Gavin Stanley not going to let that fly. He stops play again, and another attacking zone faceoff coming for the Friars.
That's some good momentum here for Fenwick. Just shot after shot. Keep the puck in the zone, get the offensive zone draws, kind of get the Corsairs on the run a little bit. That's how you build momentum. Good start for the home team here early.
This is Fenwick's alternate home. They typically play home games at the Edge Ice Arena. I think there are 4 contests in the SHL schedule this year taking place here at Paul Hruby. But like you said, Chris, a fun barn and a fun place to broadcast. We've got a nice booth up here. As this pass, Stokel will tip it in. That'll go all the way down. No icing as it was tipped beyond the red line. A battle in the corner for the puck. Coming up with it is Stokel. Up high he goes Morabito. Back to Stokel left side, tipped by Dick. He couldn't find the net as it was blocked by a leg. Carmel will keep possession. Stokel takes a shot, tipped by Fenwick on net, and the save required by Lysick. Here's another shot on the rebound. Slap shot goes wide. And Fenwick will recover possession of the puck. Can they get it out of the zone? Carmel is hot right now. Corsairs will keep it. Morabito to the net. That one blocked on its way. Never got to the blue paint. 9.5 to go. Scoreless first. Finally, Fenwick will clear it down. It will be an icing. Of course, here in high school hockey, you're allowed to make changes after the icing. So sometimes coaches don't mind icings at all just to get some fresh legs out there.
Yeah, get some fresh legs out there. Give the goaltender a little bit of a breather. Spencer Lysick sliding around post to post, weathering the storm as we see the first really good push here by Carmel.
Face-off win for Fenwick. It'll go to Havlis, the freshman. Trying to set up Ligori, but it's poked out of there by the Friars. Here they come. They'll just dump this down. No icing as Falco catches up to the puck. Now no one knows where it is. There's a scrum behind the net along the end boards, but the puck was about 10 feet to the left. Here's Matiziak. Taking laps behind the goal line. Up high, Gadalis. He shoots, tipped, goes wide of the net. Nothing on the scoreboard here yet, just about halfway through the opening period here on this Friday night Island game in the SHL. Cleared all the way down by Fenwick. That will be an icing, or not. Chris, I have no idea what waved that off, but the linesman said no, we'll keep play going.
We had a late change from one of the Fenwick players. That's the only thing I could think of. The linesman must have thought that Fenwick could have played the puck in that situation.
Fascinating. Well, either way, I don't mind no whistles. Gets us out of here a little sooner, right? Gamble shoots from in close, and that misses the net.
He had a little bit of a hole there on the short side. Just a second, just couldn't thread that needle.
So Fosco will come the other way, being screened by Preda. Fenwick fans not liking that play, but it won't be a penalty. Curtin steals, he shoots, and the save made. Rebound, backhander poked high of the crossbar. Fenwick still got it. Fosco gets it deep. Gornick. Interception by Curtin. Curtin sets it up slot. Fosco shoots, and the block is made. 11 on 11 blockage there. Gamble makes the block on Fosco. Now Gornick ahead for Max Vavra. Taken away by Fenwick. Karabatsis into the zone. Pressured on the near side half boards. Two-man battle for each team on the puck. Finally, Carmel recovers it. Tipped out of there by Deacon Rose, or so we thought. Fenwick keeps it in. Karabatsis drags it over to the left side. Gets it to his feet. Nice reception. He shoots, and the block made by a skate. Fenwick still with possession, though. Here's the centering pass. Curtin, that one just goes wide. Rebound hit the side of the net from a tough angle. Boy, Fenwick is finding those one-timer opportunities, but missing the net on quite a few of them.
Fenwick's doing a really nice job of buzzing around. The forecheck has been really tenacious here in the first period, and it's leading to them getting second and third chances. Sooner or later, you keep getting as much zone time as Fenwick is right now, and you're getting those second and third opportunities. You know, law of averages say you're going to score a goal sooner or later.
Fenwick, in spite of an 0-11-1 record in the SHL, Again, we touched on it earlier. They play CCHL as well. They've got a 5-2 record over there, so they can put up W's. But like we heard from Nick Fabrini, the competition here in the S is a bit of a different story, and they'll keep pushing. Again, this Fenwick team has experience in the SHL. They were members from 2014 to 2018. They had an all-time record coming into this season of 74-9 among those 4 years. Qualified for the SHL playoffs in all 4 seasons of participation as well. Out to Stokel. Here comes Carmel. Lincoln Stokel, pressured by Kurzak, taken down. No penalty called. We'll keep playing. That was clean. Matiziak back. Fenwick trying to get it outside the zone. They will, but Carmel will keep possession alive. Stokel will dump it down. Lisek behind his net settles it down for Moore. John Moore to neutralize that missed ceramic. So that's an icing. And we'll stop with 5:31 to go in the first period. Want to take a moment to thank our great sponsors on the SHL Network. CCTY Bearing, of course, the Barn Hockey Bar, Wintrust, Win Performance, Stasica Construction, New Trier Hockey Club, Carmel Catholic Hockey Club, St. Viator Hockey Club, Stevenson Hockey Club, Glenbrook South Hockey Club, and that is all of them. We thank all sponsors of the SHL Network making these Game of the Weeks possible as Carmel gets a backhander on net. That's stopped by Lisek.
Yeah, Carmel able to settle things down a little bit here on this last shift. Haven't made the pretty plays, but they're doing a nice job of trying to counterattack and get pucks towards the net. Give their own goaltender a little bit of a break.
Teams playing a close game here in period number 1. Fenwick with the edge on shots, 8-4 so far, but nothing on the scoreboard. Here's a pass. That finds a man for Fenwick. Here comes Fosco. He shoots. Save made. Rebound. And a good save by Stanley point blank on the rebound.
A sneaky play there by Dominic Fosco. He kind of ghosted his way to the far blue line. He got behind the Carmel defense and found the loose puck. And then it was off to the races. Stanley made a nice initial stop with the shoulder, and then he was quickly able to slide to the top of his crease to meet that rebound chance. Some good goaltending there.
A good Fenwick student section. Maybe you heard that crowd call through our mics.
A nice crowd on hand tonight. A little Friday night action.
Chris, you could see it a lot better than I can. Up here in the broadcast booth, well, none of the ice is in any kind of blind spot. A lot of the crowd is because of 2 big pillars we have up here. But again, if you're joining us late, as this pass just goes by a man for Fenwick, Chris down at sideline position doing the color roll tonight. So I'm up here alone in the broadcast booth. And he's down there with a different perspective on the game. I like the idea. Here's a shot. This one's blocked.
Yeah, it is. It's a definitely you see the game through a different lens when you're at ice level. It definitely looks faster from down here than when we're up at a balcony level or up in the stands. That's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. Not sure how they do it for NHL games. I mean, you know the booth in the United Center's in the 300 section, top row? I'm not sure how they broadcast every night as there's a battle for the puck near
We're
the
going to have our
Corsairs
first penalty
bench.
here.
Good pickup by you. It was a scramble play right by the Carmel bench, and it's going to result in a penalty against the Corsairs. Making his way to the box is Max Vavra, his first penalty minutes of the SHL season, and Fenwick is off to the power play.
Yeah, they're going to get Vavra with a rough. Carmel not thrilled with that call, but the first power play of the game going to Fenwick.
So Fenwick works with a man up, but here comes Stokel shorthanded right off the gun. Lincoln Stokel, fan on a shot, gets it back, and what a save on the backhander by Spencer Lesick. Wow, just got enough of his glove on that. Here come the Friars the other way. Taking away Lincoln Stokel again. Boy, Chris, you probably had a pretty nice view of that one.
Our best scoring chance of the game so far was a shorthanded chance, and that was an incredible stop there by Lesick.
Fenwick 15% on the man advantage on the season. SHL play. Here's a shot. Fosco. He just missed the left post. And the puck rolls all the way out to neutral ice. The black sweaters will have to tag up. 3 minutes to go in the first period. A minute to go on the Friar power play. And while with an extra man, the Friars will be guilty of icing. That'll give Carmel a shorthanded attacking zone faceoff.
Fenwick's doing a nice job of moving the puck quickly, but it almost seems like they're almost in a hurry to find the open man, and they've had a couple of passes that were either behind or ahead of the intended target, and one of those errant passes led to this icing.
So a good opportunity for Fenwick, still a minute to go. Carmel Catholic, well, they've only got 8 games played, but they have a 63.6% PK, for the worst in the SHL. So Fenwick looking for some more first period magic. Here's a quick stuff chance by Kurzak. That one cleared out of there. Pabst shoots, and that didn't make its way to the net. We've got another penalty, Chris.
Yeah, we're going to have a 5-on-3 coming up here. And it all started with Joey Kurzak just driving to the net and just trying to bull his way to the cage. And it's going to be Gamble going to the box. We're going to have 42 seconds of 5-on-3 time.
So what an opportunity for Fenwick. Maybe an impromptu timeout right here as the Friars meet at their bench and talk things over with head coach Nick Fabrini, while the Corsairs huddle by their net.
Yeah, they got Gamble for a cross check on that call, on that scramble in front. It's a key moment in this game.
Huge.
I mean, we're only in the first period, but we're still scoreless.
Unfortunately for Fenwick, Charles Bastido, he's got 5 goals on the season, 3 power play goals, leads the team in PPGs, but he's injured for this game. Dominic Fosco has 2, the only other Fenwick with multiple power play goals in SHL play. He's out there on the ice right now, manning the right point. He's got the puck, slides it over. Here's Munaretto. Back to Fosco, but intercepted. Deacon Rose, he might have a shorthanded breakaway on the 2-man advantage. Rose shoots with a backhand, and that goes wide of the net. Now here come the Friars. Maybe a 5-on-2 odd man rush. Drop off past Verne. He shoots into the glove of Stanley. Maybe going wide anyway, but he'll stop the clock and give his teammates a breather.
I think that Carmel will take that glove save in the frozen puck, because even if that caroms off the board, there were 3 Friars on that far side, and they would have had a chance to keep that in.
1:55 to go in the first. Face-off win for the Corsairs. Karabatsis, Fosco, back to Karabatsis, high slot. He shoots, tip, they score! Michael Curtin got the stick to it. And Fenwick, for the 8th time this year, opens the scoring with the power play goal, 1-0.
Just some more great quick puck movement by the Friars. They go D to D. They get the shot from the point. Mikey Curtin's parked in front, gets the tip, and the Friars are loving it. And to make things even sweeter for Fenwick, there were 3 seconds left on the first penalty, so this power play continues for another minute and 21 seconds.
And still a lot of time to go in the first period, where the Friars play their best hockey out of any of the 3 frames here on the young season. Mikey Curtin's first goal of SHL play. He does have 1 tally in the CCHL, but gets his name on the board in the S. Luke LaChance to Joey Kurzak. He'll dump it down. Matiziak near side. Tantero back up high. Luke LaChance over to Kurzak. Weak shot. Tipped away by Morabito. 40 seconds to go on the power play, and Carmel dumps it down. Behind the net, Stokel pressuring Kurzak. Joey Kurzak near side as we get down to 50 seconds to go in the period, 25 on the power play. Kurzak to Matiziak. He'll dump it down. Goes to the corner. Michael Verney up to Fosco. 37 seconds to go in the period. 10 to go on the power play. Verney back down low, pressured by Gornick, but keeps the puck, sets up Fosco, he shoots, and the one-timer booms wide of the net. Kurzak down below the line. Penalty is over, so we're back to 5-on-5, but a successful power play for Fenwick as they get the two-man advantage goal to open the scoring, and they'll have one more attacking zone face-off to try and add on as the icing is called with 13.7 to go in the first.
Dominic Fosco is the leading goal scorer for Fenwick in the SHL. He's got 7 on the season. He's had some good looks in this game that he's either been stopped or it's been a near miss. Keep an eye on number 11 in black. He's getting his looks.
50-50 puck. Kept in the zone by Fenwick. They'll get it deep. 6 seconds on the clock. A man hit down below the boards. That's a penalty. And a little bit more after the play. Vavra involved. Same with Matiziak. But with 2.9 on the clock in the first period, we'll get another pen against Carmel.
Yeah, a little bit of a reckless hit that is going to land the Corsairs back in the box. And you saw the boys gather. They didn't really like the hit. But they'll get a power play for their trouble.
Defenseman Christian Leaston, the guilty party. And well, Fenwick, it was a 5-on-3, but you could still count it as 1 out of 2 on the power play tonight. Let's see if they could work something here with 2.9. Puck is dropped, and a shot goes wide. Boy, that would have counted if it was on target and past the goaltender. But it was wide, and the horn sounds, and the teams will meet at their benches. After one, it's Fenwick with the only goal of the game by Mikey Curtin on a deflection. So we'll take a quick timeout on the SHL Network and mute our mics, take a breather while the teams discuss things at their bench, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in about 1 to 2 minutes. Welcome back to the SHL Network. Teams have switched sides. We get ready for period number 2, and Fenwick will have a power play to begin this period. They scored a goal on the 5-on-3, and Chris, we talked about Carmel Catholic leading 4-2 against number 1 in the state Loyola last night, and then they ended up losing the game in overtime. The 2 goals that made it 4-3 and then 4-4 were both on the power play for Loyola. So Carmel with a bit of a rough patch on their penalty kill, going 2 for 5 in the last 4 periods.
And not to mention that he had boom, 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 3 penalties in a row late in a period. Right. That's always a tough situation to find yourself in. It's one thing to have to kill 3 penalties in a period, but when they're consecutive, that's going to tax your team, especially your top penalty killers, and a lot of your better players who are playing in all situations are going to have to play those extended hard minutes.
Here comes Fenwick rushing in. This shot tipped into the glove of Stanley. So Fenwick, for the 8th time this season, scored first. For the 5th time this season, they've had the lead after one. Of course, we talk about their record. They went on to lose all of those games. So what do they need to do to keep that momentum up? I know we talked to Nick Fabrini a little bit about that.
Yeah, they just got to keep the speed and the intensity going. You can see their forecheck has been tenacious. It's not an easy thing to sustain, but possible.
Fosco up high. Now he gets it back. Left point, he shoots. And the blocker save made by Stanley. Deacon Rose sets it up for Vavra trying to clear, but Fosco keeps it in. Now Vavra finds it and dumps it down with a backhand. A minute to go on the power play for Fenwick. Just a minute into the second period here. Fosco off the glass. Vavra out of midair gets it to his brother, and then Rose will dump it down. Good start for the PK for Carmel here in this second period. This one takes a funny hop off the boards. Curtin gets it to Fosco. Fosco trying to dangle around a man for Carmel, but Rocco Falco wouldn't let Dominic Fosco by. Just 20 seconds to work with on the man advantage for the Friars. Let's see if they have one more rush. Here's a puck off the near side half boards to neutral ice. Vavra will take it through the neutral zone and chip it down.
This is exactly what you want if you're Carmel. After the flurry of chances by Fenwick later in the first, some good strong penalty killing here by the Corsairs to kind of calm things down in the first couple of minutes of this second period, and now they'll see if they can turn the tide now that they're back at full strength.
Carmel looking to stay hot, looking to extend an SHL standings point streak to 3 straight games, one against number 4 in the state, St. Viator, 2 games ago, 4-3, and then tied Loyola and lost in overtime as there's a hit into the board, somewhat similar to the one that drew that penalty, but we don't get a call this time. Here's a tip on net. Wow, Ligori. That's a unique strategy, but I'm not sure if Lisa gets a save on that, Chris. I didn't have the best view of it.
I think he did get a little bit of a piece of that on the tip.
Now Havlis backhander. That one goes wide. See, that's why we put you down at ice level here for this one. As here's an icing by Fenwick.
Kept the reverse angle for you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the ice level angle, too. 14:05 to go, second period. Dylan Ward and Chris Dubiel, your commentators tonight. Matthew Freeman on the camera. Jimmy the Wiz Olsen, as always, our technical engineer. Game number 3 of the 2023-24 season of SHL Network. Here's a quick one-timer. And how did that stay out? It looked like a sure goal for Josh Brous.
Spencer Lisek made a huge arm save as the inside of his arm on the blocker side to keep that out.
Carmel searching for their first goal of the night. Here's another centering pass, that one by Stokel. And now up against the far boards, Morabito pins it up near the corner. 13:30 to go in the second period, and Fenwick just can't get it out. Now finally it'll be grabbed by Harry Ceramic, and he'll clear the zone. But Carmel gonna keep the puck. Gamble ahead of one, now another. Stokel enters the zone. Left circle takes a shot, stopped by Lisek. Rebound is cleared out of there by Fenwick. It's gonna be no icing, as that was borderline near the left post, and Gavin Stanley will opt to glove it and take a D-zone face-off.
Yeah, Fenwick catching a break there as they were a little bit on the run, and they just had to clear the zone, and luckily for the Friars, they sent it all the way down, and they got it on net and forced the goaltender to freeze the puck. That's a big swing here for Fenwick after having to sustain a little bit of pressure on the defensive side of the ice.
Well, something's got to give tonight in Oak Park. Corsairs with an 0-4 record on the road so far in the SHL season. Friars 0-5 at home. Fenwick with the lead 1-0 on the power play goal on the two-man advantage by Mikey Curtin. And that's where we stand here on this Friday night. Vavra can't hang on to the puck cleanly. Fosco taken away by Gamble. Gamble gets it ahead. The junior who's been on the team since he was a freshman, Deacon Rose, tried to pass over to Gamble, but that one's gloved out of midair by Moore after a deflection. And here comes Fenwick, but this pass just missed Fosco. And the Friars will change. 12:09 to go, second period. Alessi will dump it back into the zone, grabbed by the Corsairs. Now an interception in neutral ice. Curtin. Backwards for Alessi. Alessi around Rose. Fan on a shot, so he'll just punch it down. Goes around the boards from the left to the right wing. And looks like Carmel will recover here. That one off the skate of Deacon Rose, so the Corsairs can't clear the zone. Now Rose will grab the puck. He's trying to get around Fenwick, but a big hit there. I believe that was Mikey Curtin knocking the junior down for the Corsairs as this puck goes out of play into the penalty box area. Chris, are you any close to that souvenir?
Not the souvenir, but I got a really good look at that big shoulder check there by Mikey Curtin. Just cold shoulder, just stood up straight and laid the body down. And the Friars bench, they were up and loud after that. It's one of those momentum juicing hits.
Well, Chris, these two teams may be new SHL rivals, but they have quite the history. Similar to how Fenwick is playing a combined schedule in SHL and CCHL, Carmel Catholic was doing that until about 2 seasons ago, and these two teams over the last 5-6 seasons have met up to 3 times a year in CCHL play, where the Fenwick Friars actually have not beaten Carmel Catholic in 9 straight meetings. 7 wins for the Corsairs and 2 ties, including their most recent battle back in 2021, a 1-1 draw right here at this barn.
You talk about rivalries and familiar foes. It's starting to feel more like a rivalry game. The physicality is starting to pick up. Here's a turnover.
Stokel, and making the save there is Lisek. Not a lot of time to react, but he had enough.
That puck got the post. He beat Lisek.
Oh, wow. Good eye there by Chris Dubiel down at ice level, providing a different perspective of the game tonight. This one will be chipped up into the glass out of play. 10-11 to go in the middle frame. Still just 1-0 Fenwick on the only goal of the game by Curtin.
It's going to be interesting to see how the teams adapt to each other as the game goes along. It was a really fast starts and stops, hard forecheck type of first period. The second period, it's been a little bit more mean and nasty, hard-hitting hockey. And sometimes that can lead to penalties.
Here's Matiziak pulling ahead of the fray. He's got a breakaway. Matiziak taken down. That should be a penalty shot. The arm is up. And it is. Fenwick will have an opportunity on the shootout attempt to make it 2-0.
Alex Matiziak clearly had a step on the defender. And he gets awarded the penalty shot as a result.
Yeah, that's a good call as we have the replay right here. And so Alex Matiziak, who's yet to score in the SHL on the season, just 1 assist to his name, has a huge opportunity. 2 goals in CCHL play through 7 games. Is his first ever SHL goal in the cards here. Matiziak shoots it wide. Oh, he beat Stanley. Waited to fire that puck. Good patience, but just missed the net.
He got Stanley down, but I think you got to give the goaltender a little bit of credit. He seemed like he was down and out, but he kept his momentum moving a little bit. But yeah, Matizak probably wants that one back. He had the top of the net to shoot at. Just he was forced a little bit too wide.
So that's got to be a great feeling for a goaltender when you're forced to defend a penalty shot and you don't even have to make a save. I mean, like you said, he did enough work to force Matizak to wait on that shot a little bit, but I'm sure the heart rate goes down a couple BPMs after that. 9.5 to go, second period.
A one-goal hockey game, anytime you're on the positive result of a penalty shot, that's a huge swing in momentum. At least it could be potentially. For Fenwick, they're looking at a 2-goal lead if they cash in on that. If you're Carmel, you got a real chance to turn the tide in this game and get the game tied, as we're just about halfway through this contest.
Here's Sveit. Looking for Fosco on that pass. And the Corsairs back in their own zone. Here's Deacon Rose. Rose ahead of the skates of the linesman. And Fenwick will chip it back down into their attacking end. Nine minutes flat before the Zamboni intermission. Here's a big hit, allowing Fosco to get the puck, and he shoots it wide. Right in front of the student section, too. You got to love those.
Yeah, that was Senna with the big hit. Talked about this game getting some nastiness, but now looks like Fenwick's going to be guilty of a penalty, so they're going to be shorthanded here for the first time. And this is the thing. You get a physical hockey game. You got to keep your emotions in check. Keep the hits clean. Try not to retaliate. That can be a tough thing, especially at this level. You want to get your licks in when you can, but you definitely have to pick your spots because you don't want to put your team shorthanded.
So big opportunity for the Corsairs, sporting a sixth best power play in the SHL at 20% even, 3 out of 15. In terms of the Fenwick penalty kill, 72.2%, which is 10th best in the SHL. The only team with a worse penalty kill is Carmel. Here's Vavra. Max, that is. Down below the goal line, tried a cheeky chip, and he couldn't beat Spencer Lisick there. Vavra now. Ben, that is. He takes a shot. That gets blocked, and Michael Curtin's going to have a breakaway, and he just couldn't get ahead of the defense, so instead he will chip it down. I'm not sure if that was just a brain fart there, Chris, if he didn't know that. Sort of hard to tell after the way he reacted after that. Now, meanwhile, more commotion by the Fenwick bench.
Yeah, I think for Mikey Curtin, he was at the end of his shift, kind of was running out of gas, and the Corsairs were able to close quickly, so he did the smart thing and just dumped it.
And they'll dump it again. Pretty good PK here by Fenwick on their first time shorthanded tonight. And a big collision. Down goes the linesman. And that seems to draw a reaction from the Fenwick student section.
Yeah, the linesman shaking up a little bit. He's back to his skates, but it was a body check into the player and then just colliding with the linesman who just really had nowhere to go. Hopefully he's all right. He's up on his skates.
Stokel couldn't catch that puck at the blue line. Gotta love it. No whistle required now. Here's a big hit by Kurzak. That knocks Lincoln Stokel to the ice, and he's slow to get up.
Yeah, you can definitely see that the emotions are running high. The deeper we get into this game, the players are throwing their weight around a lot, and now we've got a player down. Hopefully he's all right. I didn't see an arm go up.
And we could see P.J. Eberhardt, Carmel Catholic head coach, approaching his varsity rookie, Lincoln Stokel, along with the on-hand trainer here at Ridgeland Commons here in Oak Park. And boy, Chris, that's tough to look at. I mean, he's been face down for the last maybe 60 seconds already.
Yeah, you got to hope that maybe he's just got his wind knocked out of him, and he just needs a moment. Well, but he took a hit from a big kid. That's the Fenwick captain, Joey Kurzak, the defenseman, and that was a punishing hit right into the boards at the far side here, at the end boards.
I think the biggest positive sign is that he's able to skate back to his bench without any assistance. Although clearly laboring, we'll see if he comes back into this game. At least for the time being, he'll step away from the bench. And it looks like the trainer will just take a peek, make sure everything's all right. Safety always comes first, especially here with these high school kids. There's been a lot of discussion around the hockey world about the requirement of neck guards, of course. Sadly, Adam Johnson, former NHLer, passed away in Europe from a cut to the neck during a game. And I'm a big proponent of the neck guards. Chris, I never played hockey, so I really don't know what it's like with or without it. But, I mean, you know, when you're talking about life or death, I think there's only one answer. Is Carmel's offside here. Of course, we don't mean to intend that Lincoln Stokel is any more injured than just a little shaken up, but just my 2 cents on the subject matter, Chris.
Yeah, you're going to see the neck guards. I mean, they have to wear them at this level. I never wore one. Even though I played, it wasn't required for us when I did, but I think you're going to see more and more people that are not required to wear them. They will be wearing them. It'll just be a matter of time.
All right, back to action here with 6:20 to go in the second period. The goal by Mikey Curtin on a deflection point shot continues to stand as the only tally so far. It came on a 2-man advantage power play.
And now at this point, Fenwick trying to recapture what they had in the first period, where they were getting 1, 2, 3 chances at a time, and Fenwick's done a nice job, or Carmel, I should say, has done a nice job to kind of stem that tide a little bit. I mean, they did give up the penalty shot attempt, but other than that, Fenwick really hasn't had a lot of good looks here in this second period.
Can either team find the game's second goal before we take a Zamboni intermission? The next goal is humongous, whichever side you look at it. Here's Falco shooting. He's trying for it, but that got blocked. I don't think Lisek had to make a save on that look. Now they fight for it in the corner. Puck pinned up against the boards near side. Still not free yet. Finally, it's loose. And Fenwick will try and clear it out. Kept alive by Vavra at the point. Now Deacon Rose searching for a loose one. Grabbed by Fenwick instead. Now here come the Friars. Maybe an odd man rush. It's Will Paps dropping it off Fusco. And a flashy glove stop by Stanley.
There's Fosco again. He seemingly, whenever he's got the puck on his stick, he is going to be a threat to shoot. I think you're running out of fingers to count how many times he's had a look at the net.
Fenwick ahead on shots, 15-11. Lisek perfect so far. Both goalies having a really nice effort here on this Friday night. Here's a shot tipped on its way. I'm not sure if that was a Fenwick stick or not, but nonetheless it goes over the crossbar. Now battle for the puck along the boards again. Fenwick gets it back up high. Nice glove down to himself for Joey Kurzak. And his shot stopped by Stanley. And now Preda battling. Some punches thrown near the net. I'm not sure who the Fenwick is. It's Matiziak as we get a look But that'll draw a whistle with 4:47 to go in the second. Chris, we'll see if we get any penalties from that. Doesn't look like it initially.
I think they held up just enough at the end. I think if that continued any longer, you might have seen a situation where both guys might have gone off. But leading to that was kind of a dipping and diving shot by Kurzak from the point. It was a tough one to handle for Stanley.
This one just missed the net right off the face-off. 4:40 to go, second period. Havlis up to Ligori, tipped outside the zone. Elwanger over the line down the right wing side. Centers it. Nobody home for Carmel. And hooking call from behind. That's going to give Fenwick another power play on a delayed call. Still no puck possession for Carmel yet. But now they'll blow the whistle. And with 4:22 to go in the second period, Fenwick going to go to the power play for the fourth time tonight. Carmel to the power play for the second time tonight.
I think we're going to have penalties on both sides here.
Okay, I knew I wasn't going crazy, Chris. You're right. One man in the box for each side. You're down there in the official scorers area, so if you want to report as soon as you get the info, what we have here.
And we got a hook on Havlis. I did not catch the call that they gave to Moore.
It's loading on the game sheet right now as we speak, so we'll get that info to you as soon as possible. But unlike the NHL, here in high school hockey, coincidental minors just result in a continuation of 5-on-5, and the guilty parties will be free from the box at the first whistle beyond the 2:22 mark. Center ice face-off to get back underway. Dumped down, and Caden Gornick will grab it. Play to Leaston. Puck bobbling, centering pass, looking for Karabatsis instead. It's Feet. He takes a slap shot, one-timer, and that goes wide of the net. Now Sveet gets it again. Karabatsis fans on a shot. Deacon Rose can't get it out just yet, and Leaston will play it back down below the goal line. Gamble ahead, Vavra outside the zone. Pressured up along the boards by Verney, and another penalty. Stops play with 3:37 to go in the second. This time against Carmel, and this time it will be a Fenwick power play.
Yeah, they're going to get Vavra on the hook. Just a rough stretch for Carmel with heading to the penalty box. And Fenwick, a real opportunity here to get the momentum going back their way. I feel like we've seen the puck in the Fenwick zone for a lot of this period.
All right, well, Fenwick 1 out of 3 on the power play. The one was the only one of the game so far on either side. Stokel settles it down. Not touched by a high stick. Short-handed are the Corsairs. Centering play, but that one goes to Fosco. Morabito left point. And taken by Verney back for the Fenwick Friars. Verney to Paps. Now Senna. Dangles into the zone. Another penalty. They should just give it up here. The 5-on-3 worked last time. And Chris, they're going to get another look with ample time.
Yeah, I think they're getting Stokel with interference. Well, we saw Fosco in the middle of the ice had the stick knocked right out of his hands, and he was lobbying for a call, and then Fenwick eventually gets the call, so they have an extended 5-on-3 here. 1:24 left on that first penalty.
Curtin takes the draw, wins it. The only goal scorer of the game. Now it's Verney below the goal line. 2-man advantage again for Fenwick. Fosco over to Karabatsis. Taking away Deacon Rose. He comes ahead. Short-handed. Pulls it ahead, gets it to his forehand, takes a shot, sort of fanned on it. Looks for another option. Pass intercepted, and Vavra will just dump it in. Great start to the PK for Carmel, down 2 men.
They've been dangerous shorthanded in this game. They've had a couple of opportunities going the other way, down a man.
Vavra intercepts a shorthanded 2-on-1. Vavra over to Rose. Tried to get it back to Vavra, but a good defensive effort made by Dimitri Karabatsis, and the whistle sounds. And is a hand pass the reason for whistle there, Chris? I mean, it's my understanding that you can make a hand pass in your own zone.
It's a delay of game call against Fenwick. They played the puck.
Oh, wow.
Played the puck away. I didn't get a good look at it.
That is bizarre.
The Carmel guys in the penalty box here were up and made themselves heard. They wanted the call, and the refs did not miss it. So,
all right, so we've got an overtime power play, if you will, and another penalty. So scratch that.
Penalty palooza here after the Karabatsis delay of game. What do we got now?
I think Carmel Catholic has just found their newest #1 rival here in the SHL. First time these two teams are meeting in an SHL contest. And while Fenwick takes the 4th fewest penalty minutes, Carmel with the 2nd fewest. But this game has been littered with guys in the box.
Arden Tantero is off for slashing. There's a lot going on that scoreboard there, Dylan.
So now we've got, overtime. 3-on-3 here in regulation. With 2 minutes to go in the second period, we'll play like this for 30 seconds. Great opportunity for both these teams. Lots of open ice. Here comes Joey Kurzak. Gets it ahead to Moore. Drops it back off. Kurzak. Taken away Deacon Rose. If he can skate ahead of Kurzak, he's got a breakaway. Now he's alone. He shoots, and Kurzak comes back to make a play. And then Deacon Rose swipes a backhander, and that one's also stopped by Lisek.
Lisek did a good job of holding the post and not allowing the little stuff shot.
Rose down in the corner. Now Carmel on a 4-on-3 power play for the next 25 seconds. Here's Vavra. Right circle shoots, blocked by Moore. 1:19 to go in the period. Rose over to Vavra. Ben Vavra shoots. And the save is made by Fenwick. Just want to take a second to let everyone know that if you are awaiting our special announcement here live on the SHL Network, that is coming during the intermission. So when the Zamboni comes on the ice, don't go anywhere, because we've got a surprise broadcasting announcement to make, and you all get early access to it. We'll post about it tomorrow on Instagram. So if you want the early scoop, don't go anywhere. Max Vavra with his brother Ben playing the point. Shot right off the draw, stopped by Lisek.
If you're Fenwick here, you're loving what Spencer Lisek is doing. He's soaking up pucks, no rebounds, getting the whistle, kind of calming things down. The frantic part of this hockey game.
All right, so now, Chris, for the remainder of this period, it's a 5-on-3 for Carmel. Fenwick scored the first goal of the game like this. Rocco Lagori can't hang on to the puck. He had a partial break. Now Alessi will spin back with it. 40 seconds to go in the period. Rose taps it ahead. Max Vavra over the line. Over to the left side. Here's a shot tipped, and it just goes wide of the net. 30 to play in the period. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Max Vavra ahead to Deacon Rose. Still 5-on-3 for 13 more seconds. 20 to go in the frame. Rose puts on the break, centers it, taken away by Fenwick. They'll clear it down. Drawing some applause here from their side of the barn.
Curtin's made a couple of good stick plays, getting his blade on a couple of passes and disrupting things here for Fenwick on the PK.
Looks like Carmel going to run out of time unless Stokel can get a shot away. He can't. And the buzzer sounds after 2. It is Fenwick on the verge of their first victory since returning to the SHL. Well, they've been up after 2 periods on 2 different occasions, including last night. Lost 2 in regulation, 1 in overtime. And we'll see if they can seal the deal in the third. So we're going to take a timeout on the SHL Network and mute our mics. But remember, just for a moment, we'll be back with you in about 3-4 minutes for our special broadcast announcement. Something for the very first time this season by J&M Media and the SHL Network. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that announcement.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the SHL Network. Zamboni's still doing its work, but it's time for our special announcement. As many of you know at home, the Scholastic Hockey League entity expanded to a brand new Varsity 2 league featuring 6 of the SHL Club's Varsity 2 teams competing in a 20-game regular season. And the SHL Network is proud to announce that we will be broadcasting 3 AHL games this season. 1 game for each AHL team will be featured right here live on YouTube with our crew, starting off with November 29th at Lake Forest College. It'll be Lake Forest Blue against Glenbrook South Blue. Then all the way in January the 7th, it'll be Loyola Maroon going against St. Viator's Varsity 2 team. And finally, to wrap that schedule up, on Tuesday, January 17th at Fifth Third Arena, it's going to be St. Ignatius Maroon against New Trier White. And we are so excited to bring some AHL hockey, that stands for Academic Hockey League, by the way, to your YouTube for viewing purposes. So for all AHL teams, we look forward to having you on the SHL Network very soon. We'll take another break here, cut to a couple more highlights, and we'll be right back with the third period in just a couple of moments. Welcome back to the SHL Network live on YouTube. Fenwick leads Carmel Catholic 1-0 through 34 minutes of play. And here right before the third period, Chris Dubiel is standing by with head coach of the Corsairs, PJ Eberhardt. Chris, take it away.
PJ, you guys have been shorthanded a lot today, but you got to like the way that your goaltender's playing and the PK has been playing despite that one early goal.
Yeah, no, they can't say enough how well Gavin's given us a chance today. It's not been our best game as far as winning races. That's why we're taking penalties. But Gavin's given us a chance here. We just need 17 minutes where we win some races and we see what happens.
What was the message to the boys as far as adjustments go for the third period here?
Yeah, no, I just don't think we're moving our feet. When you don't move your feet, just nothing happens good for you. So you have to move your feet. You have to make them react to us instead of us reacting to them.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Back to you, Dylan.
Thank you, Chris. The Fenwick Friars on the verge of their first victory of SHL play this season, looking to snap a 12-game losing streak. The 0-11-1 record, probably not what the Fenwick program envisioned when the talks began about returning to the SHL after a 4-season absence. But, I mean, Chris, when you look at the balance between these two teams in this game, I mean, this is really anyone's game. Fenwick Friars are out shooting them at this moment 16-15. So this could go either way.
Oh, no doubt. This has been a battle of a game. Both of these teams, they know there's not an easy win to be had in this league, but they probably look at the schedule and see how things are going and say, okay, this is our chance. We've got to get this one. And that's probably the mentality in both locker rooms, and you've seen a war of a game as a result.
And you know, Chris, that they're trying their best night in and night out, but maybe just a little bit extra motivation knowing that the SHL Network crew is here and the cameras are out.
A spotlight game in the league.
An island game as well. No other SHL competition here tonight. A light weekend in the SHL. Just 2 games Saturday, 2 on Sunday. As we are back underway in the third period. Both these teams on a third period scoring drought. The Carmel Catholic Corsairs have failed to score a third period goal in 6 straight SHL games. Well, as for the Fenwick Friars, they're without a third period goal in their last 4 games. So if that holds up, then we might have a 1-0 final score. But a lot can change in a little time in this game. Back to our first period shooting sides. Fenwick from left to right. Carmel Catholic from right to left. Here's a centering pass and a shot blocked. Rebound. That one trickles wide after it was deflected. Fenwick looking to score goal number 2. Here's Verney turning around, trying to fool the Carmel defense and goaltender Stanley, but that puck hit the side of the net. LaChance to the near side. Curtin, who's got the game's only goal on a deflection from a point shot while Fenwick was 2 men up. Catching up to the puck, Prida, he tried a shot, got stuffed. Now battle in the near side corner, Friar zone. Lagori picks it up. And back come the Friars with it. Ceramic looking to get it beyond the blue line. Kept in the zone by Gornick. Now eventually the Friars will get it out. Maybe a 3-on-2. It's Pito. He'll fire one just after stepping over the blue line, and it wires high and hits the glass. Now here comes Lincoln Stokel. Stokel chipping this one ahead. Tried a shot. Blocked partially by Godalis. And then the rebound. Lisick thinks he has it, and he does. And then Stokel's taken down in the blue paint. He's not very happy about that. Lincoln Stokel was the guy who took the injury late in the second period. And it's good news to see him back on the ice, but doesn't look to be as injured this time. Taking a beating out there.
Fenwick wasn't happy. Somebody bumped into Spencer Lisick and lost, the goaltender lost his stick, and he kind of threw his arms up towards the referee saying, hey, what's the deal here? I just got my stick knocked out of my hands. And then meanwhile, the rest of the Friars taking matters into their own hands and just going after Stokel, who was right out in front of the blue paint. So I was going to make the point, and it was in my head before I could say it, but I was wondering if both of these teams would settle things down a little bit after we saw a penalty-filled second period, but
penalty shot too.
Yeah,
we've seen it all.
We get some rough stuff and some emotions here early in the third.
Again, these two teams, big-time rivals. It was only last season they weren't playing each other at least 3 times a year. Back when both these teams were CCHL participants. Now SHL rivals, they're back to being regular foes throughout the high school hockey schedule. Here's Alessi down in the corner. Got it to the near side. Dominic Fosco. He's had a great game tonight, just can't seem to bury his opportunities. Will Pabst being pressured as he skates down the right wing, gets knocked down into the boards, and what have we here? Looks like a neutral zone face-off.
Yeah, they're bringing the draw back outside the zone. There wasn't a penalty on the play. I'm not exactly sure what happened here.
I mean, was the puck just frozen along the boards? Kind of an early whistle if that was the case.
That doesn't look like it. It might have been a late offside call, but it's a pretty nice hit there by Gabe Morabito to take Pabst off the puck on the boards there. Just bodied him and took the space away.
Here's Falco. He'll roll that puck along to the blue paint where Lisick will put a glove on top of it. 13-11 to go in the third. The only goal so far, the power play conversion by Mikey Curtin in the first. Here is Curtin ready for the faceoff. He loses it, but it will go to Fenwick. Karabatsis with speed gets around Falco, catches up to the puck. Karabatsis shoots, tough angle, and that one's ended up bouncing high. Now here come the Corsairs. It's Max Vavra. 1-on-3, gets the puck taken away. Falco keeps it in the zone. And Deacon Rose intercepts it from Curtin. Rose shoots, scores! And the game is tied. Deacon Rose with his third of the season. It's 1-1.
Rose just cashing on the turnover. Just stole that puck straight off the stick of Curtin, who had it and was trying to clear it. I think he just fanned on it, and it's just a tough spot for him. But Rose capitalizes a nice wrister by the glove side of the goaltender Lisick. We got a new hockey game.
Number 92 in white, Deacon Rose, a junior who's been on this varsity team and regularly in the lineup since his freshman year. Comes up with a big goal for his Corsairs right there. So we're back to square one. Matiziak down below the Carmel goal line. Back up high, here's a shot. Save made by Stanley, rebound sitting there. And Carmel will grab it below the goal line. Up high, Sveet. His pass taken away by Stokel. Now to the far side, Dick. Bumps into Ceramic and both men take a tumble. Comes up high left point, slide over to Sveet. He shoots, blocked by his own man. Sveet gets it back. Carmel looking to rush up the other way. They've got it. Here's Jackson Dick setting up Lincoln Stokel on a breakaway. And the save made by Spencer Lisick. Maybe game saving for number 30 in black.
That was massive. Got the blocker on it. 2-on-1 chance there for Carmel. They've got a chance to just take the game here in the third period, and Spencer Lisick had other plans as we are still all knotted up at one.
What a stop there, and a great look from our goal camera. Pardon me, that's the Carmel goal. And the Corsairs will get another attacking look. Face-off win, Elwanger taken away. Here comes Fosco. Over the line, Dominic Fosco draws a penalty. Are we going to get another shot? No. A hooking call, but it will send Fenwick to the power play yet again.
Been calling his name a lot. Dominic Fosco's making things happen. He hasn't found the back of the net yet, but he's creating opportunities, and now he gets his team up on the power play. This is a key moment in this hockey game. I feel like we've said that a few times, but...
Well, Chris, he also... He's got 2 power play goals on the season. As he's out there manning the left point. He's got it. He shoots it. That one wide. Picked up at the blue line. And Max Vavra will take it. and clear, but only to center ice. John Moore gets down on his knees to keep the puck. Now here's Fosco one more time. Fosco splitting the D, but it goes to Deacon Rose, and he will clear. 1:30 to go on the power play. 10:50 to go in regulation time. Curtin ahead of Rose. Mikey Curtin, the Fenwick goal scorer tonight, will put on the brakes in the corner, get it down below the line. Backhand pass. It goes to Verney. Up high to Fosco. Left point. Dominic Fosco back down low. Michael Verney eludes a check, then goes up high to the left point. Fosco again. Moore and Fosco play catch. Fosco gets around Rose, but Deacon Rose gets to the puck first and clears. 50 to go on the Friar power play. Here's John Moore. A deafening silence here in this place. Game tied at 1. Karabatsis takes a shot. Good save by Stanley. Rebound kept alive left point. Now down to the corner again. Matiziak being pressured, gets it low for Pabst. Back up high. It's Luke LaChance. LaChance gets his pocket picked, and Carmel will clear again. Really good PK by the Corsairs, forcing Fenwick to take pretty tough angle shots with a lot of traffic. But here they come again. Penalty is over. Back to 5-on-5. Pabst swings it up high. Kurzak, one-timer. Didn't get all of it. Then another shot attempt left circle. Puck is loose. Goes down below the goal line. Karabatsis. Now here's a shot left circle. That one blocked. 9 to go in the third period. Centering pass. Spinorama try by Pabst, but he got his shot blocked, stuffed. Now here's a pass out to neutral ice. Carmel has some numbers here and speed. Lincoln Stokel around one. Couldn't catch up to the puck before the goaltender, Lisek, steered it aside. Now centering pass. What a save by Lisek. My goodness. Point blank.
We got a delayed call here coming against Fenwick.
Good pickup. The referee in neutral ice made the call, and the roughing signal displayed by the man in the orange stripes. And with 8:30 to go in period number 3, LaChance will have a seat, and back to the power play go the Corsairs.
Carmel with just a really solid penalty kill on that last opportunity there for Fenwick. They didn't allow much, and now they've got a chance of their own.
This one gets cleared by Fenwick. Verney chasing after it, looking to make something happen shorthanded. Battle for it down in the corner. Havlis. Now Vavra, Havlis again. Ronan Havlis, the freshman. Technically a JV player, but a lot of faith from this Carmel Catholic club.
Yeah, they've really liked the way he's played. Scored some big goals.
Yeah.
And getting an opportunity here with the varsity squad.
Recorded 2 points, a goal and an assist last night against Loyola Gold in that 5-4 OTL. Big piece of the puzzle for the future for PJ Eberhardt's side. This one sent the length by Fenwick. A minute gone and a minute to go in the Carmel Catholic power play. They look to take the lead. Here's Ligori. Dancing through the neutral zone. Gets ahead of one. Rocco Ligori takes a spill and crashes into the boards. That'll draw a whistle.
Yeah, I don't believe there's a penalty here, but I think the referee wanted to blow that play dead because Ligori kind of fell awkwardly when he was trying to make a move. He fell into the end boards there and was kind of in a compromised position. So they blow the play dead. Yeah, there's not going to be an additional call on this. But luckily, Ligori just pops right back up, and he's good to go. But that looked like it could have been a dangerous play.
Centering pass, Ligori stays right out there and completes the shift, Chris. That's a hockey player if I've ever seen one. Here he is, Ligori. Trying the same move, gets around one man, takes a shot, and the save made by Lisek. Tough angle.
That went right off the mask of Lisek. You could hear that thing pop.
To think goalies used to not wear masks. Now here's Brous, takes a shot, in and out of the glove. Lisek, where's the puck? It's loose, Ligori's taken down, no tripping call, we'll play on.
That puck was loose up against Lisek's pad, and Ligori was just trying to dig it free so he could get a stuff attempt, but the Fenwick defense closed in on him. So they're able to weather that storm.
Of course, want to thank our sponsors here, CCTY Bearing, The Barn. Kind of missing some here, my apologies, but we've got New Trier Hockey Club, Carmel Catholic Hockey Club, St. Viator Hockey, Stevenson Hockey, and Glenbrook South Hockey. As we are back underway. Our great sponsors make all of these Game of the Week broadcasts possible. So we thank them for helping us out. Now here's Gamble pulling the puck ahead. Aiden Gamble, right circle, toe drag and a shot. Deflects high and out of play. We're getting into crunch time here in Oak Park. 5:51 to go in the third period, and neither team in the lead.
Yeah, late game situation here. Tie score. You're kind of getting into that territory where it's not really next goal wins, but could
Here's
be.
a shot and a goal by Aiden Gamble. Takes the lead for Carmel right off the face-off. It's their first lead of the night. 2-1 with 5:46 to go in the third.
Gamble took that right off the draw and just kind of dragged it to the middle. I don't think Lisek ever had a good look at the shooter because Gamble was moving to his left and dragging the puck. The shot was along the ice, and there was a defenseman out in front, and just finds the inside of the post.
I think you're exactly right, Chris. Had a look at the net cam up here, and there wasn't much of a reaction from Lisek until that puck was about 2 inches from his glove and just beat him.
That's one of those. It's just a tough break for the goaltender.
Especially after how solid of a game he's had. 21 stops. This thing is not over, though. Ernie shoots, hits the post. Now Vavra ahead. Dick pokes it ahead. And now out to neutralize Stokel. Ahead of Sveit. Lincoln Stokel, left circle. It's hitting to the boards. And now in the near side corner, LaChance tries to clear it out. Leister keeps it alive. Under 5 to go in the third period. 2-1 to the visitors. Carmel looking to extend an SHL standings point streak to 3 straight games. If they could at least send this to overtime, they're looking to win. Fenwick had the lead 1-0 after 2 periods of play. Carmel's come back. Now here comes Fenwick. They have some numbers. Ceramic catches up to the puck. Tried to get rid of a shot, but Vavra was right in the way of that. Now Elwanger. Loose puck goes to Godalis. He fires a slap shot. That one trickles wide. 4:15 to go, third period. Carmel will get it out of the zone. Godalis slides it over. Jake Alessi. Interception in neutral ice. Havlis takes a shot. That goes high, then it'll go to the bench. Fenwick just desperate for an opportunity here. They've had so many tonight. But just the one goal to the back of the net. And as things stand, that's the difference. Kurzak ahead of Rose. Kurzak right circle. looking for an option, tries a wraparound, hangs onto the puck, puts on the brakes, goes behind the net, Matiziak. Centering pass, missed the net, over to Kurzak again, now Pabst in there as well. Matiziak will pick up the loose puck. Deacon Rose takes it away. Fosco, for a moment, kept it in the zone, but Rocco Ligori will deke around Kurzak and reset for Carmel. 3 minutes to play. We'll keep a close eye down to Fenwick zone for Spencer Lisek, who has had a phenomenal game, but he will be the one, as it stands, making the sprint when the time comes.
Yeah, it's getting close to that time with only 3 minutes to go here in the third period. It's kind of interesting to see which coaches are aggressive with how much time is left. It's kind of become a more normal thing to get your goalie off earlier when you're trailing.
Carmel looking to stay undefeated in 10 straight meetings with the Fenwick Friars. LaChance ahead. This one goes on net, and Stanley will stop it. Boy, how about Stanley between the pipes tonight for the Corsairs, also having a brilliant night, making 20 saves on 21 shots. The only one he allowed, Chris, was on a two-man advantage.
Yeah, and the Corsairs have been shorthanded a lot tonight. There's been a penalty shot. He's definitely been busy. He's had a strong game for Carmel.
Sveet looking to spoil his night just a little bit. Here's a shot. This one trickles wide. Lisek staying put for now with 2.5 to go. Carmel looks to evade the zone. Interception. Senna takes the puck, takes a shot, but an injury down in the far side corner and a penalty coming up.
Yeah, we had Gamble and Pabst in the corner kind of going at it, and I saw a parting shot from Gamble on Pabst, but I'm not sure what happened at the very beginning of that altercation, but I do see an arm up, and we're going to have at least one penalty here.
Yeah, it looks like Gamble's heading to the box. So what a chance for Fenwick. They're going to have a power play for just about the rest of regulation, and it'll be a 6-on-4 once they get the goalie pulled. I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing a timeout at this point. Maybe Nick Fabrini's just waiting a little bit to see what happens, but Lisek is waiting at the hash marks, waiting for his team to get possession of the puck. Senna's got it. Curtin near side, staying put still is Lisek, and Carmel will clear the zone. Here's Fosco. Taking away Deacon Rose, looking for his second of the night, shorthanded, couldn't find it there. Taking away Rose again. Carmel will play some keep away here, and they'll chip this one into the zone. Now you got to think that we're getting close to that time where Spencer Lisek will sprint to the bench. Fenwick with all hands on deck here. Here's Michael Verney. Lisek still staying. Verney shoots, looking to beat Stanley short side. Stanley will put a glove on top of it and stop the play. And now are we going to see a timeout from Fenwick? Lisek will skate to the bench. And yes, sir. Fosco let the ref know.
Yeah, big timeout here for Fenwick as they will look to draw something up. They've got the man advantage. They'll get the goaltender off, so you'll have some 6-on-4 hockey here. And have to imagine that they're going to try and figure out a way to get Fosco the puck. He's been the hot shooter today. He doesn't have a goal, but he's been getting a lot of looks at the net. He'll send some traffic out there. Their goal was on a tip-in by Curtin. It looks like he's going to be out there for Fenwick. And now's the time to shine. Get that tying goal here late. They've got a good opportunity to do so.
Going to be a tense finish here at Paul Ruby Ice Arena in Oak Park. It's been a fun night. Dylan Ward and Chris Dubiel here on the call. Matthew Freeman behind the camera, and Jimmy Olsen queuing up replays and cutting to different angles. He does a great job as always. And Fenwick will have Lisek on the bench for the face-off, and 6 attackers out there to the Corsairs 4. Let's see if there's any magic here for the boys in black. Pabst ready for the face-off. Left circle, wins it back cleanly. Here's Curtin left point. Goes to Verney. Back to Curtin, back to Verney. Michael Verney spins to elude a check, thinks he got hooked. No penalty's going to be called. Now here's Kurzak. Up high to Fosco. Curtin back to Fosco. Fosco shoots, blocked by Morabito. Fosco gets it back. 1:15 to go in the third. Battle for the puck.
The puck squirts free. Verney is right there on the doorstep. Wide open cage. He tucks it home in the clutch. 11 seconds left, and we're all tied at 2. What a play.
Face off at center ice. Carmel looks to win it in regulation, centering pass. That goes wide. And we are headed to some extra hockey. Huge applause from the crowd as Fenwick gains their second point in the SHL standings. And they have one more up for grabs. 5 minutes of 3-on-3 ahead.
And that Carmel, they're certainly not going to be satisfied with just 1 point, but they've got themselves a nice little 4-game point streak here. They battled back. They were trailing pretty much all night until a few minutes into this third period. Then they take the lead. Looks like they're going to get a victory, and Fenwick there's no quit from the Friars in this game, and they're battling hard trying to get their first SHL win, and they're a goal away from doing it now.
Well, Chris, last season on the SHL Network, and I know Jimmy Olsen knows all about this, overtime seemed to be a theme. More games than not went to the extra session, and, well, we're here in SHL Network Game of the Week, number 3 of the season, and this is the second one to require bonus hockey. And here in the SHL, the teams will switch sides for OT, so we will have the long change and 5 minutes on the clock.
Seems like all these SHL teams live for the dramatic when they're the SHL Game of the Week. How many overtime? I feel like I've worked a good amount of overtime games with you, Dylan. It's just...
Yep. How about the only one not going to overtime was last Sunday, Loyola beating New Trier 5-0. If that's the one you had to guess was not going to overtime. And we are all set for 3-on-3 for Carmel. It's going to be both Vavra brothers and Rose. For the Fenwick Friars, Michael Verney, Joey Kurzak, and Mikey Curtin. Here we go. Next goal wins this game. Face-off won by the Friars. Here's Kurzak dumping it into the zone. Tipped away by Stanley. Vavra sends it up to Rose. Deacon Rose through the neutral ice. Rose trying to dangle around a couple Friars. That didn't work out. Here's Michael Verney skating through the neutral zone. Verney ahead of Vavra. Michael Verney shoots. That one just wide of the net. Here's a one-timer and a big save by Gavin Stanley to keep this game going. Boy, the Fenwick student section is loving it.
Couple of good looks here for Fenwick in the OT. Verney, I thought he was going to find the top shelf in tight there. He had a good look. Then they get the one-timer to Curtin, who's already got a goal in this game. Both goal scorers getting good opportunities. Trying to be the hero here in overtime. But Gavin Stanley, not a good game, made a couple of good saves there.
Dominic Fosco, who's been great all night at the face-off dot. 50-50 puck goes to Carmel. Lincoln Stokel, pressured by Senna. 4:20 to go in OT. Morabito now far side. Got it to Ligori. Rocco Ligori eludes one man. Plays it off the near side boards and neutral ice. Stokel giving up. Here's Fosco on a breakaway to win it. Dominic Fosco! And the save by Stanley. Fosco keeps possession of the puck on the rebound. Spins around a couple. Sets it up for Senna, but that one just out of his reach. Fenwick is flying. Now Carmel gets a chance to reset. Lincoln Stokel to the near side, Morabito. Over to Stokel, almost intercepted by Pabst. Stokel takes a shot, blocked by Karabatsis. Tried to center it, but taken away by Fenwick. Karabatsis ahead. Here's Pabst, leading the charge, 3-on-1 for Fenwick. Centered it, but Karabatsis couldn't bat it out of midair. Now LaChance tried to get it back to Karabatsis, pressured. Ligori can't get it out of the zone. Karabatsis, pressured by Stokel, gets around him, shoots off the post! So close to winning it. Now Moore will send it deep, and Ben Vavra will take it for the Corsairs. He'll skate up ice with it for Carmel. Can't get ahead of Pabst, and we'll just dump it down. What an OT so far, less than halfway through our 5 minutes of next goal hockey. Karabatsis, back pass. Now here's John Moore. Moore over the blue line. Moore down to the right wing. Now the corner, puts on the brakes, centers it. Here's Verney, and the save by Stanley. Stops the clock with 2:29 to go in period 4.
Verney's got the hot stick, had the chance earlier. Nice quick snapshot on that chance. Stanley standing tall, though. This overtime's been all Fenwick. They want this W.
Face off at the right circle, Fenwick attacking zone. They win it. Here's Curtin. This one leaks outside the zone for Verney. Fenwick leads shots 3-1 in overtime. Mikey Curtin looking for his second of the night. Given up, here's Deacon Rose. Doesn't have a lot to work with. Rose will slow it down a little bit. Pass to Ben Vavra. Got it to his brother Max. He shoots, and the save made by Lisek. Rebound behind the net. Deacon Rose below the goal line. In the corner, got it to Max Vavra. Max down to Deacon Rose. Verney pressuring. Rose taken down, no call. Ahead to Kurzak as Fenwick breaks out. 1:35 to go in OT. Down below the goal line, Stanley will stick it off to the side. Deacon Rose plays it off the boards and out to neutral ice, but Fenwick will take possession right back. Joey Kurzak lets one go, and the blocker save made by Stanley. Rebound Senna below the goal line. Ref hops over the puck. LaChance whiffed on a pass, and Fosco, his intended target, will get the puck, but he'll have to circle back to his own zone. 1 minute to play in 3-on-3 hockey. A giveaway. Here comes Ben Vavra at the end of a shift. Takes a shot. That one deflects off to the side. Now Johnny Senna. 50 seconds to work with. Over to Luke LaChance, but instead it'll go to Fosco. Dominic Fosco back for LaChance. Fosco gets it again. Here come the Friars. Fosco slides it over Senna, and that one just trickles wide. 30 seconds to go. Stokel wants a breakaway pass. They'll try it, but Fenwick got back in time. So Lincoln Stokel will give it to Ligori. Ligori, and out to neutral ice.
Yeah, offside whistle there. That puck hit Morabito on his way out of the zone, or it might have been Stokel, but either way, Fenwick really wanted that whistle, and linesmen were on top of it. They made the call. There's time for one more chance here with 18 seconds left.
Center ice face-off. Can either team find an OT winner before we head to the shootout? Vavra over to Rose. 12 on the clock. Deacon Rose looking for his second of the night. Gets it down below the goal line. Karabatsis. Taken away. Max Vavra doesn't have a lot of time. Fenwick will get it away from them. And we're headed to a shootout here on the Game of the Week.
We will go the maximum in this game. If you didn't see enough drama through the first 3 periods in the overtime. We'll get some more here in the shootout.
So here in the SHL, of course, just the one-shot shootout, sudden death, if you will. If one team scores without reply, the game is over, unlike the 3-round shootouts in the NHL or the 5-round shootouts you see in some international play.
And we've seen a lot of good goaltending in this game on both sides of the rink. And this is when you need them to shine the most, is the one-on-one shootout. So I'm excited to see what these guys can do between the pipes.
So first up for the Corsairs, it's going to be Max Vavra, who's had a big impact in this game. Vavra, greeted by a loud chant. He scores with a backhand off the post and in, and Carmel has the advantage.
Just a sweet forehand, backhand, top shelf. Exactly how you practice it.
So Gavin Stanley with a chance to win it. A save or a miss by Dominic Fosco clinches 2 points for the Corsairs. Dominic Fosco, one-on-one with Stanley to keep it alive. He missed the net, and Carmel's going to take the victory. The Corsairs pour off the bench and celebrate with Gavin Stanley, who had an incredible night between the pipes, making 24 stops on 26 shots. And Fenwick, well, they get a point in the standings, but heartbreak if you're the Friars. And Fosco, really upset, tried to break his stick on his helmet. And the Friars will head to the locker room.
It was a battle of the game. It's both teams deserve to win that game, and it comes down to a shootout, and one team's going to have to deal with the heartbreak, and the other team gets out of here with the extra point. But really good, hard-fought game between these two teams.
All right, so we'll stand by and see if Chris Dubiel can find an interview with a player or coach from the winning side, Carmel, who takes this Friday night road game here in Oak Park. And it's going to be Max Vavra, the shootout winner, standing by with Chris Dubiel. Chris, whenever you are ready.
All right, we're here with Max Vavra, got the shootout winner. Really gutsy battle, come from behind type of win for your team. What was the difference in the third period for you guys?
We wanted to come out strong because we didn't start off that well, but we knew we had to fight through it, and we got the dub.
What can you say about your goaltender, Gavin Stanley? He's got a lot of opportunity to get a lot of starts, made some big saves, had a penalty shot he had to stop. You guys were shorthanded a lot. Goalie stood tall.
Yeah, he's a great goalie. He played very good, and yeah, stood strong.
Thanks, Max. Enjoy the win. Back to you, Dylan.
Thank you, Chris Dubiel, for a fine job down in the penalty box area, doing color from a different perspective tonight. And I think it was a pretty good idea. I mean, if we ever have a two-man crew on the SHL Network, I would not be opposed to that at all. And it is Carmel that comes away with the shootout victory. So they make it 5 points out of a possible 6 in their last 3, and they stay hot as we get into the November months. So for everyone part of our crew tonight on the SHL Network here in Oak Park, Matt Freeman on the camera, Jimmy the Wiz Olsen, our technical engineer, Chris Dubiel again, my analyst tonight, Dylan Ward reporting live from Paul Ruby Ice Arena. One more time, the final score in a shootout. The Carmel Catholic Corsairs 3 and the Fenwick Friars 2. Fenwick is going to have to fight another day for their first SHL victory of the season, and Carmel will drive home happy. We'll see you for the next one on the SHL Network.